just in my area alone, like if I click on Papa John's right now, all right, 20% off regular price menu item. Okay. Now here's something I want all of you to pay attention to. As you're scrolling down through the deals, you see how it says 4%. Well, you might say, well, 4%, that doesn't sound that good. And you might not have clicked the view deals button. And that's a big mistake because a lot of times there's more than one deal. But see, when I clicked on view deals here, sure, there was 4% off gift cards, but then 20% off regular price menu item. Now, 20% is a lot more than 4%. But if you never clicked on that, you wouldn't know it, right? And the same thing goes. Domino's, Little Caesars, $3. Well, it's a free crazy bread, so that's actually almost $5, which is more than three. And then you can keep doing this, but almost everybody, like free pizza, which is a purchase of a large pizza. Listen, there are a lot of families right now, and a lot of families, they need their money to go a long way, especially with the cost of living and everything that has gone up and things like that. So they could save a significant amount of money. But look, just in my area alone, how many pizza places I got, right? And I could go on and on and on just with that. But let me go back to food real quick, just so I can show you some of the deals. And here's the cool thing too, is if you're talking to somebody, like I was talking to somebody the other day and they were out of Dallas. So I typed in Dallas and I just wanted to see what was there. And I'm like, hey, you ever eat at this restaurant? Yeah, I eat at that restaurant all the time. Hey, you get a free appetizer, you get a free meal. So like a lot of these places have that kind of stuff. Jersey Mike's is an expensive sub place. 15% off could go a long way. Free medium drink. You know, you just want to dive in. One thing I wanted to show you again was we have a little fast food place here called I'm actually gonna put my zip code called Culver's. Some of you guys have it. Really good burgers. And if I type in Culver's here, the same thing happened. It says $1 savings. So you might be like, oh, a buck. I'm not going to, why even bother opening it? I mean, I save a buck. But look, 25% off the total check. Now, if you go to Culver's and each meal, almost each value meal is about $10, if not 12 to 13 bucks. Now you're talking about $50 for like a family of four. Take 25% off that, right? So one of the things I want you to do is really dive into the food because you're going to eat anywhere. There's fast food places, there's restaurants. A lot of them will get buy one, get one free, free appetizer, all that kind of stuff, and start to use it. Funny story. I went out to eat at BW3's, okay, the other day. And when I went out to eat at BW3's, I was with two of my buddies and they brought me the check. And we go to BW3's a lot. And I was not even thinking like, hey, you know what? There might be a deal in here. But then I remembered there was. So I pulled up the deal and it was $5 off. So I showed the waitress my phone and she said, hang on. She went to the manager. They took $5 off my bill and brought it back. And my two other dudes were looking at me like, why didn't I get $5 off? I go, because you're not in the club because you guys are idiots. And you guys got to sign up. So, you know, instantly they were like, dude, I'm like, they saw it happen in real life. So it was kind of funny that you can do that in real time. Also, if you know somebody in another state, put in their zip code and start to go through it and be like, hey, have you ever ate here? Have you ever ate here? They're giving away free food. Boom, 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 boom. Way more than $20. And you will start getting signups like crazy. All right. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to click on and go look at insurance. All right. Because insurance, and there's a lot of insurance on here. You'll see like Milo and Progressive, but look at this one, Big Savings Car Insurance, for example. They will compare pretty much all the insurance companies at once. Okay. And so you want to click on this and you want to go through it because I've had people literally that have saved anywhere from a couple $100 all the way to $1,800.
David,
So,
the first person I put through this saved
yeah,
$130 a month.
I think that,
It,
yeah,
it took them from down. It took them. I couldn't believe how much their insurance was, but it took them down $130. So maybe they're getting ripped off before, but that just paid for their whole membership in spades every single month.
easy,
So
right? And the thing is a lot of people, once they have insurance, it's just kind of because it's like Charles says, it's a residual bill. It comes every month. Sometimes you don't take time to say, hey, is there anything better, right? And there's other insurance agencies on here too, but why wouldn't you look to save some money? Okay, if any of you are looking to buy a car right now as well, they have not only do they have like your Firestones and your oil changes, but they will have how you can get up to like $4,000 off, where you can get basically employee pricing. If you click on auto sales, employee buying auto program up to 3,400. Look at Ford, 4,925. Basically, you don't have to go haggle with the car salesman. Okay, you can get the best deal, and that could be thousands of dollars if any of you are looking to buy a car right now. Okay, so that's it. Things like, and having fun, like Top Golf. Top Golf's a lot of fun. Okay, I don't know if you've ever been there. We got one in Nashville. $15 off. Boom, right like that. Let's have a good time. How about Dave and Buster's? Okay, a lot of you have kids. I actually talked to a lady the other day. She's like, man, it's my kid's birthday coming up. Look at this. Exclusive offer, 30% off. So you could get $100 card to go play $100 worth of games for $70. That's $30 instantly. Your first month in the business, you're already up $10 just with this deal. Is this hard to sell? None of this is hard to sell. Now, here's what's really cool about what we got too, and I'm going to get into travel and show you how to maximize that. But there's just so much on here, everybody, so much to look through, and I suggest you dive into every service you do. Like, for example, if you click on services, how many of you do dry cleaning or get your hair cut? You can look at beauty, health and beauty, and look at salons, for example. Let me just tell for all the ladies on here, they have salons, they have nails. 10% off Zoya Hair Salon. Look, Studio West Hair and Nail Design, 50% off. How many women want to get their nails done? England's Hair Design. I mean, so the stuff is for the taking if you get into it. Just don't get the app and do this. But one of the coolest things about SaveClub, everybody, is this. I want you to think about this. In a lot of different businesses, you have to convince people to do something that they might not be doing. Okay, you have to just buy this product, or I want to change your mind on this, or you got to buy this. And sometimes that's really hard to do, is to try to convince people to do something else or to buy something else that they like, right? Here, what's great about what's here is you don't have to convince me to go eat at Culver's. I like Culver's. I'm going to go anyway, and I can save 25% off. So there's no like trying to change people's mind. How many people are going to go to Disney, or how many people want to go to Vegas or whatever? You don't have to convince them like, oh my gosh, you're going to get in this business and we're going to change you. No, the only thing we're going to change is the money that you got going out, and we're going to put the money back in your pocket. I mean, makes sense, right? I love this too. Subway deal. So, get a free 6-inch when you purchase a 6-inch, or $1 off a foot long. The 6-inch deal is better. You might go there and get a sandwich today, and now you got a sandwich for your lunch tomorrow. So tomorrow you don't got to buy lunch again. You see how see how that works? You think it's hard to save $20. Most people could save $20 a day here. Okay. But let's get into travel, because I know everybody loves travel, and I want to show you just a couple tricks. All right, let's just go to Las Vegas is one of my favorite places to go, even though I live in Nashville here. Let me just type in Las Vegas, and let me come over here. I think it was July 20 through the 23rd. Okay, so then I put in my dates of when I'm going to go, and I'm just going to show you a couple tricks on how this works, and kind of teach you on the product here. Because once you really learn this product and become a master of it, you're not going to have any problem getting signups. Because again, do you have to convince somebody to spend money? One of my pitches, or one of the things I like to say, is if you handed me $20 and let's say I handed you back $200, would you do it? Is there anybody that would say no to that deal? No, of course not. And so don't overthink this. It's not a hard pitch. You're putting money back into people's pockets. They're going to be putting more in than what's going out. Is that hard to convince somebody to do? Not at all. All right. So here's what I want you to do. When you get into any of these travel deals, real quick, I'm going to hit the annotate button so I could draw. See this box up here that says recommended? All right. There is a little drop down if you click it. Okay. So if I come over here and I click the drop down, one thing so I can look at things like this. First of all, I could hit low to high. And if I click low to high, it's going to show me this. Like, look, the Strat Hotel, not the best hotel in Vegas, $5. But hotels and Orbits are selling it for $5 too. There's nothing there. But Rio just redid all their rooms. Okay. They used to be a dump. They just redid all their rooms. You could stay for $8 a night. Okay. Hotels.com is $16 a night, but we're 50% off that hotel right there. Not the greatest hotel. But look, it's cheaper than Circus, which is not the greatest, but there's Excalibur, a couple. So, look at these. What's funny is, like, in Nashville, you can never stay anywhere for $8 a night. You can't even find a hotel full of hookers and heroin for like $30, $40 a night, let alone $8 a night, right? So check this out. So we went low to high, but here's another thing I want you to look at. I want you to click on discount, okay? Because what it does is it pulls up some of the biggest discounts. For example, the Golden Gate Hotel, I think that's probably downtown or whatever. Hotels.com, 138 a night. Orbit's 138 a night. We're $29 a night. Westgate used to be the Hilton, great hotel there. It's right by the convention center. You take a tram, you get there. Hotels.com, $99. Orbis.com, $24. Okay. So that right there is about a $75 savings in just one single night. Do you think people have a hard time buying this membership for $20 when you're seeing deals like this? Let me just clear up that there. And we could keep going down, but there's some other ones here I want you to see here, because we don't want to just talk about the lowest of hotels. We want to talk about some really nice hotels. Nobu is a very upscale, high-end hotel, part of Caesar's Palace. Hotels.com, 102 a night, $64 a night. Okay. And there's a lot of people, influencers, that want to stay at Nobu. They want to put that on their Instagram, right? And we could keep looking. Park MGM, $39, but we're gonna get up here. I'm gonna show you some really good deals here. Nomad, Signature MLM. Okay, all these, the Palms.
And what we've done here is also have some of these already pre-recorded for you for prospecting purposes. So you'll be able to use this recorded webinar, and then we've got Dave has made some of these into presentations that are short and sweet that just show the real value of what's going on, and you can use these for your prospecting and also use them for recruiting influencers. Like I mentioned before, there's over 5 million very influential travel influencers out there. And these travel influencers really don't have a way to make residual income, and they don't have a way to make leveraged income. And here at SaveClub, we've got both. And when you're able to supply these influencers with pre-done creatives, pre-done landing pages, and sales materials like this, that now you can really get into finding somebody that you can recruit, and it could change your whole life in terms of what they've got. We see our leaderboard now with people that are recruiting 100, 200 people. I'll tell you what, some of these travel influencers, some of these people have such major reach that with just one or two posts, they could surpass that times 5. I fully believe our biggest recruiters are going to come from the influencer market and utilizing these tools. That's why we put so much effort and energy into creating these reels, and they're already getting a great response. Some of the stuff we post out there, I can see has thousands of views just within the first hour.
Yeah, we got all kinds. We'll show the folder with all kinds of stuff. There's other cool things to know too. It's like you could like right here, the Venetian. Everybody know the Venetian? I mean, it's one of the best resorts on the Las Vegas Strip, right?
All suites.
Yeah, all suites. Check this out. Hotels.com, $256 a night. Orbit's $256 a night. Priceline, $223 a night. Our price, $99 a night, $156 off. So we have people that are out there see, there's two types of people. There's ones that just like to save money because they need it. They need it in their budget. There's other ones that are like, if you gave me an extra $175, I'm going to now I'm going to go eat dinner. I'm going to go buy drinks. I'm going to go put it in the slot machine. And because it's all about lifestyle, I want to have a better lifestyle. And why would I pay $256 for the exact same room on the exact same night instead of $99? I'd want to go take that and put that in the slot machine. I'd want to go down to the best steakhouse down there or whatever. You see, even Palazzo, now that's owned by the Venetian, $102 a night compared to $256 a night. Okay. So these deals are out there all day, every day. And you can just keep looking at these deals. I'm just going to erase my chicken scratch here and find them. Now, other things you could do too sometimes is like Westgate, I think it was $24 one night. Now it's $17. So as you change the dates, things will change because Vegas is one of those towns that have stuff going on all the time. But you might choose another date and the prices could be totally different. But one other thing I'm going to show you just for the travel portal, just to educate all of you a little bit more on some of the cool things that you can do with it, is just show you one more other thing. So you can organize it lowest to highest. Okay. You could organize it by discount. Okay. Like right here, Priceline.com wants for the Rio on this date, $169. We got it for $12. Now, Orbis and Hotel, they're $51. Here, I don't know what Mardi Gras is. Some of these other hotels I don't pay too much attention to. I look at the good ones. But Lux are $20 a night. They're $28 a night. We're still cheaper though. But if I come up here again, remember, you can go from showing the highest discount, price low to high, $7. And then over here, I just want to show you this because this is kind of neat. One, you could search by, all the features. But like if you're going to Vegas and let's say you have an MGM credit card, okay, where you get extra points and you just want to see the MGM hotels, I could click that and see all the hotels that are owned by MGM. Or I could see all the hotels that are owned by Caesars just by clicking that one button. Maybe I got a Caesars rewards card or something like that. Now, this is Vegas, but it will work anywhere. Now, if I want to type in the Wynn, you could actually type in a hotel name. And even this one, everybody knows the Wynn. The Wynn is probably known as one of the best properties in Las Vegas. $249 a night. We're $141 a night. Okay. Pretty great. The Encore Priceline wants $249 a night. We're $127 a night. So that's how you could find travel. But don't forget, there's also a lot of people that do theme parks. So we have discounts on tickets because these tickets could be pretty expensive at Disney World and Universal and SeaWorld and Six Flags. A lot of people out of Texas, they go to Six Flags because they have them. You got Legoland's, Knott's Berry Farm, all these things here. I talked to a guy the other day that likes concerts. Okay, he was going to go to an Eagles concert. He's like, hey, can we get any deals on concerts? I think Pete asked me that. Okay, so I'm just going to go back home and just say, okay. So I'm like, I don't know. Let me type in tickets. So I typed in tickets and I hit search, and all the theaters come up. But look, all savings tickets online, 25% off, no service fees. I use the coupon, and I could come over here, and this place has tickets for about every concert, every sporting event. Like it has everything. And so you could get 25, this is pulling up my local area here, but I could change to anything I want. So if I type in, I think he wanted to go to the Eagles at the Sphere. And look,
yep, back to Las Vegas. Yeah. Save on your hotels, save on your tickets.
Yeah, exactly. You can save on anything, and you could buy tickets. And I think I forget the price he was telling me, but the tickets were definitely cheaper here. And again, like you said, you can even save money on buying luggage before your trip. And then remember, if you're out, okay, Charles, let's just do this real quick. You go to Vegas and you want to go to a fun event. Okay, you're saving money there. And then you're saving money off your hotel like we just showed. But you know what? Don't forget, you have all the food savings that you could go and type in, let's say Las Vegas, for example. I could just come over here and just do this out. And if I was going on vacation, I could just type in Las Vegas and then see what kind of food places are around in Las Vegas as well. So you could save money basically on everything that you're doing all in one site. Now, here's
including your rental car.
A rental car, yep, exactly. Parking, like everything. But here's what's interesting as well is some of you live like me. I live about a half an hour from Nashville. And a lot of people these days are doing something fun too that you might want to do if you're close to a place, maybe within a couple hours, and that's called staycation, where you might live, maybe you're close to a big city or maybe you're an hour or 2 hours away. What a staycation is it's not like a major vacation where you got to hop on a plane and do all this, but you might say, look, I got this really high-end hotel, and I got it for like 150, like some of those deals we got, less a night. Maybe you and your wife are going to go take a weekend trip and you're going to go out to eat in the town. You're going to do this because you saved so much money. So a lot of people will use this club, not necessarily to get in a plane and travel somewhere far, although there's the Caribbean, there's everything, there's cruises, but they might just be using it and save hundreds of dollars and doing cool things like that. Let's go down to our local place. Cruises as well. If you like to cruise, there are all kinds of cruise lines on here to save quite a bit of money. The Disney cruise, all this stuff. So the bottom line is all of you that have come in to SaveClub, you should all be using this. And I told Charles, what we need to do is get testimonials. We don't care whether you save $5, $10, $15, $20, take screenshots, take videos, talk about it, because we're going to compile all those testimonials. And then all of you are going to be able to use all those testimonials. So we'll put music to it. It's going to be super cool. But when everybody's seeing all these people save money like crazy, is there anybody that's going to say, no, I don't want to spend $20? I mean, seriously, with these kind of offers. And this is only scratching the surface because, Charles, I know you got a lot of other stuff that you want to talk
Certainly.
about what's going on. So I'll kind of turn it back to you unless you want me to show anything more here. I didn't want to take too much time on this.
No, this is perfect. Really showcasing the product, and Dave. Here's what I'll do. I'll start sharing my screen. I'll show you some of the.
Yeah, I'll hit
Uh,
stop here.
let's see here.